Google Classroom for reading conference instruction. A reading conference is held between a teacher and a student to build rapport, provide individualized reading instruction, collect assessment data, and create learning goals. In spring of 2016, teachers were called upon to help design the new protocol for reading along with the school principal, reading and math interventionist, head of curriculum, and reading advisor. Together, a reading conference protocol with 5 distinct purposes was created. Needs analysis. The goal is to increase teacher accountability, increase student academic performance, require all teachers to begin each reading conference with a clear purpose, and to utilize a clear and consistent recording system to track teacher planning and instruction and student growth and assessment. A universal protocol to use in K-6 classrooms would meet these goals. Learner demographics. Chapman School is an elementary school in Cheshire, Connecticut, where grades K through 6 are housed. Currently, there are 40 full-time certified staff, 3 male, 37 female. Educators are predominantly white and aged 25 to 60. The student population is 340. The teacher learning need is a validation of efficiency. This would be to get to those who are skeptical on board with the new protocol, accountability, and build an expectation of what reading conferences should look like and sound like, how to go about record keeping, and reporting student progress. Also, the need would be to model the new protocol so that everyone was on the same page. There are 2 learner profiles. The first one is the veteran teacher, that one who is 10 or more years of service. They have well-established teaching styles and systems and ways of doing things, and they deliver instruction on an autopilot because they've done it for so long. The veteran teacher is not keen on changing or implementing things that are new. So the teacher would need assistance and reassurance that the change would be manageable and beneficial. They also need extra time to adjust and extra support. The second persona is the novice teacher, fewer than 10 years of service. This teacher might have many inconsistencies in their teaching because they're still trying to build what works for them in terms of teaching methods, organization, record keeping. This type of teacher is highly motivated to learn, highly motivated to try new things, not afraid of what's unknown, and craves feedback. So the need and learning goal for this type of teacher would be feedback on what they're doing in order to improve and own those skills. And then a need for added consistency. The plan for context. The applied environment would be a healthy classroom library, both in genre and in reading levels. Some kind of classroom management system, clear with expectations for independent reading. This would go outline what students should be doing versus what teachers should be doing. There should also be a visible schedule for student reading conferences and an understood place to meet with students. This could be an area in the classroom devoted to reading conferences, like a table with the teacher's materials already there and students have to bring their materials with them to the conference. Or it could be a roving conference where students stay in their own spots, but the teacher moves with the material she needs to them. The learning spaces. All staff will learn about the reading protocol in the school library media center. In the library media center, there's a smartboard where materials or anything that could be displayed will be displayed. And all teachers will then take their new learning and implement them in their classroom space. The record of the learning will be kept through the Google Classroom, where there will be online modules. The format for the modules will be a brief video introducing the new part of the reading protocol, a space for teachers to note any similarities or differences between the model that they see and what they know that they do in their own practice. Then allow time for the teacher to go and implement those new parts. And then following that, a piece for reflection. The administrator would receive the feedback from each teacher and can monitor the progress along the way. Formal learning objectives. The learner will be able to create a sacrosanct time for reading conferences daily. The learner will be able to evaluate current practice, and the learner will be able to modify current practice to include aspects of the new protocol. Informal learning objectives. The learner will be able to plan for independent reading, create a daily meeting schedule, build and maintain a healthy classroom library, establish rules and expectations for students, consider their potential flaws and inconsistencies with their own practice, record individual progress toward whole school seed goals, compare the protocol to the current practice in terms of language, focus, data collected, time spent with each child, adapt current practice to follow the protocol with one purpose at a time, and compile notes on student progress, usability of the protocol. The learning design. Initially, staff will meet in the library where they'll be introduced to the protocol and the Google Classroom. The presentation will be done through one of the smart boards. Regarding the Google Classroom, information will be shared on how to access, navigating the digital classroom, explaining the format for each module, expectations of the learner during each module, the time frame for each module. Also, support will be shared to the teachers, who can come to help them, who can model for them. The learning task diagram is divided between two. One is the presenter's job and the other is the learner's job and what they'll experience. The presenters will offer their support throughout the process, and it explains how they will reveal the new protocol. The learner side to it explains what the learner will be doing. They'll be sitting through a 45-minute meeting where they'd learn about the Google Classroom and the new protocol, an explanation of each module and the format for that, and then what struggles they might have along the way.